Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. I'm really excited to see the next episode here. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, last time we started what I'm assuming is an arc. I mean, I think pretty much at this point, most of them are going to be like arcs. We started off an arc that I'm really excited about. It seems to be focusing on Mandalore, which, if you guys have seen my Mandalorian reactions or are aware that I have reacted to The Mandalorian, it's really cool to be able to go back and check out these kind of like lore apps that, that I know were, quite a few things throughout Clone Wars are referenced heavily in The Mandalorian. So I won't say any more than that because, again, I said last episode, like, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I don't know what you've seen. I don't, not necessarily the same show, so I don't want to say anything out of turn. But I did really enjoy the episode. So we get Satine, and I gotta say, I don't know why, because I did check out, I did research certain things about some of these arcs when I was reacting to the first season of The Mandalorian. That was a while ago, and I don't remember a lot, and, a lot of it, was certainly not in the same context because I, now I've been watching the show, so I have a little bit more, have a lot more attachment to the characters, to the background and everything. But some things probably, like, there are going to be a couple things throughout the series that'll pop up and I'll be like, oh, I kind of remember hearing about this. And at that time I was not reacting to Clone Wars and I didn't know, did I know I was going to? I don't know. I can't remember, but, so sorry, but I get the idea that that Obi-Wan and Satine had like a thing, and I don't know why, but I gotta tell you, their sass levels are just like in perfect harmony. Like I can see them as a couple if they were a couple at one time. I know Jedi aren't supposed to have attachments and everything, but if they had like a secret bling, I don't know. But yeah, they were sassing it up pretty hard to each other back last episode. So, but we got, kind of a little picture painted for us about, current Mandalore seems to be very peaceful, very against violence and everything. And we know there's kind of this other sector of the Mandalore people that appear to live like on a different or a moon or something and do not have maybe quite the same ideas. Particularly, we've been focusing on this what seemed to be a rogue group of Mandalorians, and now it's becoming clear that it's a little bit more than that. So interesting place to kind of set everything up. And again, like considering I have a little bit more context coming in. Having watched The Mandalorian, it's kind of fun to see this all being set up, and I'm very curious to know more details. So I'm assuming, again, that we're going to continue with this arc. I don't think it's going to be a one-shot, but I could be wrong. But I'm very excited to see where they're going with the story. Typically, what I find on Clone Wars is part one of the story is really good. The rest of the parts are amazing. So, with that being said, what do you say we go ahead, jump into this next episode of Clone Wars? Let's go.
Some anxiety from you about the Duchess. She couldn't be in safer hands.
Yes, I know.
Then why?
Never mind. It's all in the past.
Oh.
Oh!
You were close to her.
I knew her a long time ago.
Oh, Anakin's like, say no more. I get you completely there. Oh my god.
I speak for thousands of worlds that have urged me to allow them to stay neutral in this war.
And yet
So
some
she
might
represents-
argue that the strongest defense is a swift and decisive offense.
Just kind of interrupting the speech there.
Senators, I presume you are acquainted with the collection of half-truths and hyperbole known as Obi-Wan Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh!
Too kind.
You're right. I am.
Wow! Anakin's like, go on!
Anakin Skywalker.
Your servant, my lady.
Anakin's ready to pull out his popcorn here and just watch the show.
Generals,
To protect you from the Death Watch and the Separatists who don't share your neutral point of view.
I asked for no such thing.
That may be so, but a majority of your court did.
Okay. They're like, it wasn't
There's
me.
one to hide behind excuses.
I do not remember you as one to shrink from responsibilities.
I am certain we all
Guys,
three, Duchess
yes,
Satine and General
let's-
Kenobi, have
There may be two sides to every dilemma. The Duchess only favors hers.
She's like, I heard you. Wow, these two though.
That's not funny.
No. He's like, did I scare you? Aww. He's like, boo. Oh no, oh no.
Republic military
Oh, boy.
force is the-
Even extremists can be reasoned with.
Perhaps if one can be heard over the clanking of their battle droids,
The sarcasm of a soldier.
the delusion of a dreamer.
Duchess, Master Jedi, it's been a long trip. I think we could all use a little rest and refreshment.
let us put
Anakin's like, get a room already. Oh no. They do so great with the horror moments on this show. Ugh. Oh no.
Master Qui-Gon and I spent a year on Mandalore, protecting the Duchess from insurgents who had threatened her world.
Okay. So they have a
Some
pass.
bounty hunters after us. We were always on the run, living hand to mouth, never sure what the next day would bring. Sounds
Sounds
romantic.
kind of adventurous. He's like, bro. Anakin's like, no one gets it more than Anakin does. Oh man. Oh no. He's like, that wasn't me. I only said boo. I didn't mean to scare him that much.
But it's obvious you had feelings for her. Surely that would affect your decision.
Oh, it did. I
Yeah.
lived by the Jedi Code.
So he
course.
couldn't.
Master Yoda says, a Jedi must not form attachments.
Yes.
He says
He
sarcastically.
usually leaves out the undercurrent of remorse. Yes, Captain.
Aww.
Skywalker's astromech.
I'm on my way down to assist you.
I'll go, Master. If there's something dangerous down there, clones and I can handle it.
Oh, Anakin being like, I'll just leave you to deal with your lady problems.
All right, then, what's the problem? I'm missing dinner.
Anakin.
No sign of mixing and red eye.
Anakin's like the coolest guy ever.
Us all worried.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, not this again. Not like some horrible reanimation of the corpse thing. Oh, no, even worse. He's just being, just being hoisted up by the... Ew, what's this about?
The lift!
There's, oh, no, stop it. No. Don't let him go. Ew, it's always the spider thing, isn't it?
Some probes down.
Up the lift. I'll try to hold the others here.
Quickly,
Great.
secure the lifts.
This one guy's like, I'm taking my chicken leg with me. I don't blame him. He is. He's taking the chicken leg with him. Oh, Lord. Now, this is really going to put a little hole in the concept of never, ever fight ever. Why'd it have to be spider bots? Okay, so a little, oh, nothing like a little
Carry a
mortal
deactivator.
danger to,
Pacifist doesn't mean I won't defend myself.
self-defense is okay. Little bit of a danger and adventure here. Kind of spark
Men,
the little sparks.
I still have the scar.
Begging your pardon, Duchess, I distinctly remember carrying you to safety.
I meant the scar I got after you fell and dropped me.
looking for the droid that services the cargo supplies. There's no name on this chart. There is no indication of who shipped it.
No, sir. just the Senate stamp. Always accepted for transport here aboard the Coronet.
Oh. So who could have done that?
I'll find out which of the senators is the traitor.
Okay. Oh, so it's like a little murder mystery dinner.
My theory is our little friend will attack the Duchess and anyone who defends her. Anyone, that is, except the traitor who
The person who programmed it.
Get away!
Obi-Wan,
He's-
this line of questioning borders on torture.
Only for the person who did it, but yeah, I see where she's coming from.
But it seems to like you, Senator Merrick. Well, Prince.
Oh.
Really, General Kenobi, you're quite clever.
Oh no! And it's loose! I gotta oh no! Oh, nice! Whoa. Oh no! Obi-Wan! Go after them! Oh. Ah! Oh!
Thanks, little guy.
Aw, R2 is a star this episode.
Seen it.
Oh no.
Please, I beg you.
Ah!
Monster! You're a horrid monster!
Good lord. Oh!
This may not be the time to ask. But were you and Satine ever...
I don't see how that has any bearing on the situation at hand.
He's like, that's all the answer I needed. Mm-hmm. You could tell they, underneath all the, like, anger is, like, passion.
Right. No,
Oh,
she's
oh, oh, oh! Too late, too late. You already acknowledged it. Too late.
Obi, if you have any respect for me,
Obi.
you will not take such risks with so many people's lives at stake.
Satine, don't.
There's, yeah.
Obi-Wan, it looks like I may never see you again. I
No.
don't know quite how to say this, but I've loved you. From the moment you came to my aid.
Even this guy's like, what?
I don't believe this.
Satine, this is hardly the time or place for...
Obi-Wan, shut up and say you love her.
Had you said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order.
That
Holy cow. Really?
But it's making me sick, and we really must be going.
You have the romantic soul of a slug, Merrick!
Oh, don't insult the slug, honey.
Slugs are so...
I still win. The second I'm
How's
away,
that?
I hit the remote and blow the Coronet to bits.
I will not allow that.
What will you do? If you shoot me, you prove yourself a hypocrite to every pacifist ideal you hold dear.
But it's
And you,
self-defense,
Kenobi, you are no
kind
stranger to violence. You'd be hailed as a hero by everyone on this ship.
of.
Almost everyone.
Almost. What was that? Oh.
Who will strike first and brand themselves a cold-blooded killer?
Oh. Oh, Anakin's like, I'm on the job, you guys. I'm on it. No worries.
Gotta blow up the ship.
Anakin's got no problem with it.
Obi-Wan, let's get back to the business of diplomacy.
Oh, come on. Guys. Guys, don't forget the moment you just had. That's so sad. They had that little moment. Now it's like, oh, back to business. Never mind. Since I have my mission, you have your mission, and it'll just never be.
The needs of your people are all that matter. They couldn't be in better hands with you to guide their future.
Kind words indeed from a mindful and committed Jedi.
Oh.
What?
I'm still not sure about the beard.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It hides too much of your handsome face.
Oh. Oh.
What's that all about?
I don't even think it was about Anakin. Come on, you're the expert on this stuff. Okay, guys, I love that episode. I totally called it. I can't really say I called it because I think I do remember that from having looked into some of the Mandalore episodes before. I do believe that I already knew that, so I can't really take full credit for being like, oh, I called it. They were totally a thing. Even though it was, you could kind of tell last time, like, they fight just a little too much, don't you think? So underneath all that anger that we saw bubbling up to the surface was just passion. Okay. I want to say I really enjoyed the story between Obi-Wan and Satine. However, what was the cherry on top, the definitive compliment to this story was Anakin and his contribution the whole time. Chef's kiss to that whole performance, because he had this kind of swagger after knowing about them that was just unmatched. And I gotta say, when we're both facing this terrible choice that they're gonna have to make, and Anakin's just like, I got zero problems coming and stabbing this guy right in the back. Zero problems, especially if it helps out a couple of lovers, you know what I'm saying? So, I really would have thought that the standout thing to me this episode would have been the romance, and it was great, but just, and us, the audience, knowing where Anakin must be coming from on all of this too, is just makes it particularly interesting, and fun to watch. So, yes, we do get a lot more specific background about the relationship between Satine and Obi-Wan in this episode, and we find out that, Anakin is not the only one who has a hard time with the whole attachment thing, because that's hard, and I mean, especially since they're so young when they're being trained and everything. Of course, like, they're probably going to encounter love at some point, or at least like deep feelings, although it sounds like in their case it was love. It was not just like a crush or anything like that. And I love the moment where she's telling him, like, Obi-Wan, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm about to die, and I just want you to know I love you so much. And he's like, and he just starts sassing it up, and I'm like, this is not the time for your sass, my man. You wipe that sass off your face and say something genuine. And he did. When he said he would have left for her, that was like, partly because it's Obi-Wan, and partly because just to hear him say something genuine for, like, I think maybe the first time ever on the show, it carries even more weight. That was an amazing episode. So I feel like they both learned a little something. I feel like she learned maybe not to be so harsh on his ideals, because you never know when you might find yourself in a situation where, the idea is wonderful, and it's a great ideal to try and uphold, but what do you do in a situation like that if somebody is maybe not willing to come in? And even in that case, it's kind of a bad example, because not that there's anything specifically wrong with him at this point, aside from just being Anakin and being, eventually on the path of the dark side, but the one to kind of come in and make the decision being Anakin to finally kill the dude. It definitely does, it's not a perfect solution, but I mean, it's tough, because it's easy to sit there and judge and say, no one should ever have to be violent ever. And that should be true. That should be absolutely true. However, it's not always that simple. And I'm kind of glad that she saw things perhaps a little bit more from Obi-Wan's perspective. After that, they were so cute together. I loved watching them. They're bickering. They're little, like, fighting back to back. Like, ooh, nothing like a little mortal danger to kind of spark the romance for you. Oh my gosh, guys. How does this show do romance so well? I feel like I'm not always a huge fan of romance when it's thrown into a show. Sometimes I feel like it's not done very well, or but I mean, they just kill it on this show. Because they always kill it with Anakin and Padme too. And this showed me it's not limited to them. Just whoever is in charge of this. I mean, they're just killing it with the romance. So I really, really enjoyed that. I don't know if we're going to get any more after that. Was it just a two-parter? Is there more? Will we see Satine again? All these questions and more hopefully answered next time on Clone Wars, you guys. So you could probably tell, but I had quite a great time with this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. As always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.